Hello, and welcome to the Autism Nova Scotia online video tutorial series. In this video, we will cover a brief introduction to autism and the intricate facets of this neurological disorder. To begin with a brief overview, autism is a neurological disorder, not to be confused or mistaken as an intellectual or mental disorder. Autism affects the neurological development of the brain. In other words, the brain operates through a series of signals that are sent to different areas of the brain to mean different things. In autism, the synapses fire to areas of the brain not typically designed to process that information. It is like the wiring of a house. You turn the light switch on and the washing machine turns on. Individuals with autism need to make sense of the world in a completely different manner. As of 2013, autism affects 1 in every 88 people, and 4 times as many males as females. It is a spectrum disorder, meaning it has a wide range of impact. Some people are strongly affected, where others are not. The terms autism, Asperger's disorder, and pervasive development disorder are often used interchangeably to describe autism spectrum disorders. Similarly, in this video series, we use the terms such as person with autism and on the spectrum interchangeably as well. There are 3 diagnostic traits to identify autism as defined by the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of the American Psychiatric Association: impairments in communication, social interaction, and restricted, repetitive, and stereotyped patterns of behavior, interests, and activities. We will discuss in further detail all 3, as well as sensory issues, which also has a large impact on people with autism. Individuals with autism tend to be visual thinkers and learners. It was noted by famed autistic author, professor, and doctor of animal sciences Temple Grandin that she understands the world through pictures. Individuals with autism tend to understand better when things are presented to them visually. This could mean in pictures, or written instruction, or a combination of both. They also tend to be literal thinkers, meaning they will focus on the literal translation of what is being said. They may not understand figures of speech or sarcasm. The term hot-headed might be misconstrued as someone whose head is on fire or has a fever rather than someone with a temper. Using concrete and direct language is more effective for people with autism. Soon is an abstract measure of time. 5 minutes is a concrete term. It costs a lot is an abstract term, whereas it costs $100 is concrete. In describing a process or task or assignment, it is best to be precise and direct when describing what needs to be done and when it needs to be done by. To recap, if instructions are written in a step-by-step process using direct and literal language, a person with autism will have a greater chance of success. This strategy will be covered in more depth in this video series. Individuals with autism may have difficulties in engaging in reciprocal conversation. They may not ask questions to inquire about the individual with whom they are speaking, and they also may not pick up on subtle social cues, such as body language, facial features, tone of voice, and the unwritten social rules of engagement, such as common pleasantries or tact. They may speak ad nauseum about a particular subject or not engage at all in the conversation. They may have rote responses and simply go through the motions of polite introductions, a rehearsed routine, if you will. They may be direct and to the point in what it is they are seeking in the conversation, or may continually segue to non-relevant topics. As they may have difficulties in recognizing emotion in others, they may not be sensitive to the emotional situations of a conversation. All this being said, they may engage in a completely appropriate manner and hold intriguing and wonderful conversations. The range of autism is so vast, it is difficult to pigeonhole any one interaction as typical autism. Early repetitive, stereotyped behavior often includes things such as toe walking, hand flapping, constant jumping, object spinning, lining up, or stacking. They may also focus specifically on one facet of a toy and never explore the other features. As the individuals grow up, many of these early behaviors go away naturally, though depending on the individual, they may not. Individuals with autism also tend to enjoy structure and routine. When they understand the expectation and when it is laid out for them in a literal and direct fashion, individuals with autism have greater success. Just as an individual with autism may focus on one specific feature of a toy, as they get older, they also tend to develop very specialized interests. They will focus on something that they enjoy or find fascinating and learn every aspect about that thing. Their special interests could vary from anything, such as art to gas stations, from animals to dump trucks, from Tinkerbell to the Titanic. Individuals with autism tend to have incredible focus in learning about their special interests. This incredible ability works to their credit in employment, as they can often focus on specific tasks for extended periods of time. They are meticulous by nature and excellent in pattern recognition and understanding systems, which makes them incredible at tasks involving such processes. From stocking shelves to data entry, to organized filing systems, to computer programming and debugging. As well, due to the fact that they love routine, they tend to be punctual, reliable, and once they enjoy a job, they can work in that location for an extended period of time, cutting back on employee turnover. Individuals with autism may have challenges when it comes to sensory information. They may take in a great deal of information at once, hypersensitive, which can overwhelm them, and they avoid the sensory information. On the other hand, they may not receive enough sensory feedback, hyposensitive, and seek out that sensory input. For example, an individual who is sound avoiding may struggle if there are strong echoes or loud noises, or even multiple sources of noise in a single area. An individual who is taste-seeking may only enjoy really spicy foods because they want that sensory sensation. In the body, there are 7 senses. The 5 we readily know, and then vestibular, or motion, and proprioceptive, or body in space or deep pressure. Temple Grandin, whom we mentioned before, invented a squeeze machine based off the designs of the machines used at cattle farms when the cows were being inoculated. This machine is a lever-controlled device which has the individual position themselves between 2 cushioned pads, which slowly squeeze the individual and can create a soothing feeling for people with autism. So whereas an individual may avoid soft touch, they may enjoy deep pressure. It is important to understand the sensory needs of an individual to promote greater success, and this will be discussed in further detail in a later video. Now we will focus on some of the challenges and strengths of people with autism. It is important to note that everyone with autism is different. Not everything we will discuss will apply. However, it is important to understand some potential scenarios. Challenges. All of the challenges listed below will have strategies for success discussed in a later video. Time management. Time is a subjective concept, and as such, some individuals may struggle with understanding this. They may not know how to estimate how long it might take for them to finish a task. Taking the initiative. Individuals with autism may need help taking the initiative. They may not ask for help when it is required, move on to new tasks once they have finished their first task. They may not introduce themselves or ask questions to others. They may not ask if they require extra material or resources to complete a task. Prioritizing. They may not understand how to prioritize their work, but rather work through tasks in a systemized fashion. Generalizations. Once a skill is learned in one area, an individual with autism may not be able to take that skill and apply it to another area. Social skills. Individuals with autism struggle with the social component of daily interactions. Strengths. Individuals with autism tend to be meticulous in nature, with a strong attention to detail, which often results in their work having few to no mistakes. They are reliable and hardworking. Often, they are motivated by a job well done and the inclusion they feel when they are part of a team. They may have strong technical abilities, oftentimes with computers. In fact, there are computer companies who only hire individuals with autism. People with autism work well with structures, orders, and systems and can possess excellent memories which allow them to recall the structures and systems on cue. There is a great deal of potential and strength in people with autism. Once the correct systems are put in place, someone with autism can thrive in an employment setting. They require only a little understanding of how they communicate, how they understand the world, and they can become a wonderful addition to any workplace. If you have any questions regarding the material discussed, please feel free to contact us. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the other videos in our tutorial series.